Hey, what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are back again, giving you some of that quality IK Gucci, just pesto sauce goodness. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the Spring Fiesta event. Now, we're really just going to be doing more of an analysis on how the event is shaping up so far, and then just talk about some of our thoughts and opinions on the event and how it looks. And as always, before we do get started, make sure that you guys sub, like, ring that notification bell, and of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, you can hit up our Discord, which you'll find in the pinned comment below and the description right down there. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the Spring Fiesta event. Now, pretty standard for a seasonal event that we usually see coming around, right? We got the 5 days of rewards. We have the 5 days of activities and tasks to do, which again, I always appreciate that they're at least making the events interactive. And then we get to some of the rewards that you'll get, right? These are some of the standard ones. Ooh, save that yawn. And then we get to a couple of the additional days. Again, a lot of the tasks are pretty standard. And then we'll get to the Spring Fiesta portion. Now, I have actually always really enjoyed this portion because, to me, this really comes across as one of those kind of free-to-play grinder type things where, you are kind of paid in the value of what you get out of here, right, based on the amount of time that you can be online, timing these refreshes out once they finish to always make sure that you are having a task be in progress, right? This is something that, again, someone, if you kind of just view it on the opposite end, right? Someone who may be considered to be, kind of a mid-high level spender, they may not necessarily have as much time available during the day to do these things. And that just could be because of the typical stuff, right? If they have, if they are, managing something or have a business or just have other related things they have to kind of get to, right? That's kind of what you would initially look at, right, for someone that is kind of a higher tier level spender. So this is something that's really cool when you think about, hey, what is something on a free to play side that I can put in a lot of time to, right, and get something out of it. And I think these types of things is actually what I would love to see IK eventually trending to, even in just the general day-to-day activity playing as well, right? Kind of taking something like this and looking at, what's the skeleton of it, right? Because I think it's a good concept that they have here. Outside of that, right now we'll kind of get to Bloom of Life, right? This is just where you can collect some of the extra rewards from doing the standard, right? The gathering, collecting, defeating gnomes and bosses, and then we get to the 3 column tiers here, which is the everyday or the free to play tier. You got the 35 or 3.5k green gem second column, and then you got the 19.99 third column there, right? And here you'll actually get some of these silver lotuses that you'll see. Free to play, you get the nice little 3-day special attribute there. And then we finally get to the Dancing Spring tab, or as I like to call it, right, let's see what rewards everyone is going to be able to get tab. Then, of course, you have the Spring Fiesta gift, right, where you can buy extra if you want. But this is always the part that I really like to focus on here because I think the rewards are very indicative, right, of the trend that we're seeing Infinity Kingdom just going in based on historical events. And some of the most important things I look at is one, right, there are players that love skins. Like, that is their thing. No matter what, they want to collect all the skins or they want to collect certain skins. And then people that like the name placards. Some people like, because they're very active in world chat, in their alliance chat, kingdom chat, they like having something unique. I'm going for a record. I'm on 3 already. Jeez. And then you eventually get to the cherry blossoms, right, which is an avatar frame. Some people like collecting the avatar frames. I think these things are great. I would love to see, even if it's just one of them, right, attainable by a free-to-play as well, even if you want to kind of gate some of them. Like, I could understand maybe gating the city skin, right? I think things like the avatar, the chat box, maybe the avatar ring, I can see those being on more on the free-to-play side, but I'm okay with the split there. And then we get to probably the two most important ones, right, that we usually, or what I should say is we're starting to see this be a trend more often, where the selection chest for Epic Immortal and then the Dragon selection chest are actually being gated, right, where you pretty much have to spend in order to get these, right? And then even with the Philo stones, right? These three things here, the Epic chest, Dragon chest, and Philo stone, we're starting to see these gated more often, right? When before we were kind of seeing like this 50-50 split for seasonal events. I want to say like from the third one back and then earlier, where you were actually being able to get some of these items as a free-to-play, right? And I think maybe from a developer standpoint, they may think that, maybe we don't notice these things, maybe we're not going to look at them, but this is something that I will say I do think is the wrong move, right? I think this is just very hurtful to the community when you think about the fact that there have been a few events already, seasonal events, where they have allowed for these items to be attainable by free-to-play, but they just have to put in a lot of work, right? That is something I think has great value, that will engage the community a lot more when they know that they can attain, right, arguably all the rewards and pretty much some of the best rewards from the seasonal event, even if they have to put in a significant amount of time into the event and maybe some resources are a little bit more than maybe what they think they'd spend, as long as it is attainable, right? That is what I think is the most important thing, right? That is how you show that, you're doing something that's going to increase the engagement, that's increasing the participation from these players, and because of that, they are getting rewarded. I think that is very important for a game's sustainability and to have just a good morale, right, within the, what I'm putting in to what I'm getting out. But then we kind of look at what we actually can get, right? And you get a random epic chest, which is cool. Excuse me, number 4. And so I think that, right, is nice. Again, you are still getting something, right? You're able to get the interactive emoji. That's cool. You get the medium optional chest. We get some 60-minute speed ups. You get the basic optional chest and 5-minute speed ups. So again, these are okay, but arguably the best one here really is the Miracle, and then probably the medium chest just for the gold, right? But again, it's only going to give you 100k gold. So, like I said, I'm always a fan of the seasonal events. I mean, it is additional rewards, right, that you're able to get from just, for the most part, day-to-day regular activity. But when they're starting to kind of deliberately leave out the quote-unquote kind of best rewards that you would get from the seasonal events, it is something that I think if they just went in the direction that we saw them going in when we really enjoyed events, right, when we really participated in them and we felt good about the return on that investment we were getting from being able to select all the rewards, even if we had to grind to where we wouldn't even be able to get these until the very last day, right, maybe within the last 12 hours of the event, that is still fulfilling for a lot of players. And my hope is that this is the direction that we can start to go in, and then eventually continuously or consistently get to, where they will allow for you to get the majority of the rewards, even if you have to just work a little harder to get them. With that being said, that is it for me. Again, I'll let you guys know how we end up doing towards the end of the event, how much we were able to get, and then again, kind of another wrap-up of our thoughts. But I would love to hear your initial impressions, right? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why or why not? Let me know on everything you guys are thinking in those comments down below. That is it for me. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later.